Hi everybody, Lindsay here, lead programmer on Party Golf, and welcome to this Ways to Play Party Golf video. This video is going to look at one of our categories in the custom game section of Party Golf. So we have a whole heap of different categories, and as you'll see on this playlist, there are a bunch of videos for each of these, for most of these categories. The one we're going to look at today is environment. So the things that you can change in the environment category are the speed of the game, the gravity that affects the players, and how much wind is in the level as well. And I'm going to go through with Aaron and Adam today with these features. So let's start off with just one round of normal so that we can see sort of like the baseline default version of Party Golf, which you would have seen in the other videos, but let's have a round of that. So this is what we have determined is, like, you know, a good speed for the game. Originally the game was actually much slower,
slower.
If you look at our Oya trailer, I think it is, the game is quite slow there, in relation to this.
Another big change we had as well is that the ball had to stop before you could shoot again. And so now you can be slightly rolling and shoot again, which has totally changed the way.
Yeah, we did tweak
out.
a whole heap of stuff in our default mode, and so make sure to check out our default mode, game mode video that we're going to do. And yeah, we'll just finish off this round. It makes me laugh that I believe our Oya trailer for Party Golf, we actually sped up some of the footage because we realised that after doing that trailer, we would speed up the default speed of the game or something like that. There's all of the trailers and video that you see here is effectively unedited, not mucking around. This is what the game is like. So let's go back into the settings and have a bit of a play. Let's ramp it right up to fast speed as the first thing we show off in this video. It's one of my favourites. Immediately we hit the wall there.
Oops.
Oh, someone's hitting me. Nice. I love the way the balls like bounce in this. There's no mucking around. You can get straight to your next shot. It does make it harder to be accurate. Hit that yellow one around a bit. Nice. Oh man, yep. There's the inaccuracy going. Try combining this with reverse controls, and you'll have a really fun time. Not a bad time. Stop myself there. So easy to get the number of shots right up there with that. So I'll do one more round of this because, you know, it's fast.
This is tricky.
I love the mountains with the fast speed. Haven't gotten any caves on this set yet. There's a slightly less chance of getting caves with the random generation, just because they're a little bit more for advanced players, and so once you're advanced enough, then you're at the point where you'd be able to select that deliberately. You'd sort of know what you're doing there. So, alright, let's go the other way and go a bit slower. Slow-mo. Now, I should like this mode as well, because we, as a group, play Towerfall, and Ian isn't in this video, but he plays Towerfall on slow-mo like I do. These guys, Adam and Aaron, you've got those Twitch reactions, so now this is where I demolish you guys. Look at that shot. I've never been able to do that in any other speed. Look at that. The interactions between the balls, you can see them so much better, and you see exactly what happens.
You can see all your mistakes coming, that's the problem.
That is also true. There's no, like, once it's done, it's done. Unless you've got one of our shooting modes on where you can shoot in midair or after a bounce there. Otherwise, you're sort of entranced by the balls moving along. And like, I was totally going to win that. 40 seconds later, didn't win it. Alright, I'm going to make this the longest video in the world by going for the massive long shot. And if we all miss, it's going to be another 20 seconds. And oh, look at those interactions. Is anyone going to make it in?
Red.
Blue made it.
Hey, it's me. Good shot.
Nice. Yeah, I do like a good bit of slow-mo, and I think it enhances basically any game mode. Suddenly, like, you know, you have to think more about your shots because people bring out the skill in slow-mo a lot more. So let's show something else here. I'll put the speed back to normal because I want to sort of show these things individually, and I'll show a couple of combinations afterwards as well. We've got wind in the game. Why not? It's YouTube. Let's put it all the way up to 100% here. So wind, as you might expect, really gets in the way. You can see that the direction of the wind is shown by the particles on the screen, and
also your aiming line.
yes, that's right. So I'm shooting straight up here, and I just get completely thrown away by the wind there instead of going straight up. And this is a pretty good example of wind here. We're going into the wind up a hill. The wind at the moment is just a random direction of left and right each round. You can't choose at this point. But we might be open to changing that around in the future. That one might be customization for customization's sake. Because the levels are so randomly generated, you know, you might not want to have it on the same kind of wind each time. I like the variation here. It's a party game we've got. That was a good bit of fun. We'll do one more round of wind. Oh, up a hill again. Amazing.
Against the wind.
Oh, look at my aiming line there. It's like I'm going to go straight up and I'm going to come straight back down. If that doesn't illustrate wind, then I don't know what does.
So, a good power up like aftertouch up here.
It really would. I like turboing into the wind myself. If you do get a chance to look at I did exactly the same terrible shot there. If you do get a chance to look at our menu videos, you'll see that we play the same level, the same seed, with the different levels of wind or gravity, and you can see the way that we play changes. And we weren't hamming that up. We actually did just play worse as the speed got higher and that sort of thing. Let's mix this up. Let's have some high wind, and we'll combine it with some fast speed. Just because it really shows off that wind. I'm going to shoot straight up, and look at that. Look at that. It's like I after-touched. That's beautiful. And nope, not in. I'm just going to... This is my challenge, though, is to do this every shot. Oh, my goodness. Oh, go in.
No.
You guys were just playing too well. I was just trying to illustrate, but... What can you do? This is way more interesting than I thought this combination was going to be.
Man, this is hard.
I say this a lot, but this is a combination that I don't think we've ever really played before. I just thought, oh, this might be a good idea for a gameplay video for YouTube. And I'm enthralled by this. This is amazing. And I love the way the wind affects me. I'm not learning anything about my shots. Look at that number of times I've gone up there. That red trail. It's absolutely beautiful. One thing that we had to change, sort of going into a bit of developer-y speak with the wind, was that it doesn't actually affect you if you're sitting on the ground. And that might seem like a weird choice, but originally wind nearly didn't make it into the game because if you're sitting on your tee and the wind's blowing the ball, it's just not that much fun. You can't get a shot out. Having said that, this round was a pretty nasty one because we are on the strongest level of wind. You can turn it down, of course. But you know, it was this effect of it not affecting you on the ground. It's sort of like having a tee when you're playing real golf. Is a little bit of that. If you want to draw a parallel, we're not just messing with physics because we can. Oh, that's amazing.
That peak there.
It's like climbing Everest and then
flying off the other side.
And I love the pronounced effect of the super speed here. Alright, I can see what some of you guys did. Oh, man, that's amazing. Same shot again. As you said, Aaron, a good aftertouch would make this quite fun. Nice shot in the end. Goodness me, wind is not my friend. So there's one other setting that can be changed in this category, and we'll have a look at that now. So I might switch us back to the defaults. If you haven't seen our customized screen before, by the way, we have some presets here. I haven't used them just because I enjoy doing the individual settings. So we can change super speed, slow motion, and that sort of thing. A lot of the categories actually change multiple variables at once, and within environment we have these things. So I'll just put us back to normal Earth first to do a default. And then, what was it I was going to do? I was going to do some gravity. So let's have some high gravity to see what that does to us. The picture being, the description here being Jupiter like gravity. It's almost like I should have done a round of default in between so you could see. It feels like we might be affected by wind, but it's one of these things that it doesn't really look like it that much in this particular video here. But here's a really good example of it then. In normal gravity, we would be able to make it over this from where I am, the red ball. But now we have to go up onto this ledge. And that changes entirely the way that we had to play that. We had people colliding on the start there. And it makes it a lot harder to reach these ledges. I don't know about you, Adam and Aaron. Have you played golf on Jupiter?
No, I don't think I've played golf on Jupiter before.
Good thing that was a rhetorical question. I don't know if anyone in the YouTube audience has done that either, but this is the closest you'll get to playing golf on Jupiter.
Jupiter's a gas giant though, right?
Yeah,
not many
There
caves.
should be a lot less solid ground.
Yeah. Artistic
enough.
license here.
Okay, it seems I can't make such guarantees. Party golf asterisk isn't exactly like Jupiter when we say Jupiter. So we'll finish off this round of high gravity, and then I'll change a couple more settings here. I reckon I might even take a look at the sliders that we have in the game. So depending on how you're watching these ways to play videos, this might be the very first time that you see our sliders. But basically, all of these settings that I've shown in this particular video, you can change them within a certain minimum and maximum. And that goes the same for basically 50% of the other settings here that work the same way. So let's switch back to normal environment, and we've got fast, which is about 8 times faster than normal. And then if you just hold down L2, it's 4 times faster. If you hold down L2, suddenly we have a slider, and I'm just pushing the D-pad here, and I can move us all the way up to 8 times faster. One of the challenges as a developer of Party Golf was to work out the min and max for these.
We need to find out what ludicrous speed actually was.
Because we certainly enjoy the craziness, but we also don't want you to actually break your PlayStation. We don't think that's going to happen. But here we go. This is 8 times speed. Quite incredible. With other settings, it's possible to basically finish some levels in less than half a second. I think I've seen happen consistently so as well. Like, you get lucky sometimes, but with this, it's very possible. There we go. Look at that. Over the hill.
You can barely see your ball moving. It's that fast. Terrific.
So we double dare you to combine this with certain things like shot rules, when you can shoot again and that sort of stuff. Because you see there was a lot of rolling, but if you were able to shoot as long as you're touching the ground, it's suddenly as long as you're mashing X, you're moving. You're moving. Look at that. Everyone in within 2 seconds. It's great. We do have an AI player here playing as purple for this particular video. The AI seem to love super speed. They can just think so fast. Keeping in mind that the AI wasn't designed to be overly amazing. This game is designed to be played with your friends, so not too bad an effort with our AI. I'll say on Ian's behalf, he's not in this video. So let's take a look at one last setting that you can do actually only through using the sliders. So I'm going to switch us to normal speed, but you can go to positive gravity. So by default we're on by default we're on, I'll find it, I can't find the option, there we go, minus 9.8. But we can go to a positive gravity value, which means that we're about to get flung up into the sky. So I'm going to choose positive 10. And probably a good idea is to change the terrain
Have
of
a bit
this.
of a roof here.
Yep. So I'm going to put this on the caves. This one's a bit of an Easter egg, so we don't actually have it as a game mode. We leave that up to you guys. And suddenly, I don't know if Adam and Aaron have played it like this before, but this is mental, isn't it?
So now the question is, how do we sink the ball?
Well, that's the thing.
You just need to make it in.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard, and so I'll show you that it's very easy once I get there. perhaps an easier way to have accomplished this game mode was to have an upside down screen option, which is one of the things we do not have in Party Golf yet, but I'm gonna flag that for DLC because I don't think we've put that in. See, look, even though we've got upside down gravity, I can shoot directly up into there. It's great. It's just like shooting up normally if the hole was above you.
Perfect.
Not as hard as one might think. Thank you for giving the layman opinion there, Aaron, by saying this is impossible. It's not. And that's one of my proudest moments in Party Golf was playing upside down gravity in a cave. So do a couple more rounds of this before we wrap up this video. But hopefully you've enjoyed this this explanation of the way that the environment in Party Golf can change. Oh wow, look at this. I wonder if I can reach that. Yes!
Oh.
By a fraction. By an absolute fraction. And this is going to be one of those rounds where I've sunk, but my distance to hole is not 0. Look at that. First in, 44 meters away from hole.
Excellent.
What an amazing game
So
mode.
in real golf, have you sunk the ball if it just gets over the lip and then it gets picked up by a sparrow or something and flown away? Do you actually sink the ball like we have here?
I don't claim to know that much about the original rules of golf, which I probably should as a developer of a golf game, but given we're making effectively a game that's as far away from golf as possible, I think that was a requisite for being on the team, was to know nothing about actual golf. I did play a lot of golf games in the past. But you're allowed to just go into the hole and then continue on in Party Golf. So this was our ways to play video for the environment section of the game. We can change the game speed, the gravity, and the have some wind in there as well, which was a lot of fun. And we've seen that you can combine all of those just with 3 settings. We've seen a whole heap of different ways to play Party Golf, and then try combining them with other things. So hope you've enjoyed this video.